before 10, and it's so good to be with you again. And I hope you guys are doing well on this wonderful Wednesday. And we're looking forward to see if we can grab some pips on this very important announcement. Now, the Bank of Canada is going to talk about their rates. They're going to make a rate announcement, and one of the biggest impacts on foreign currencies is interest rates. So the Central Bank of Canada is going to look at the economy and give their decision whether they're going to raise or keep rates the same or cut. It's widely expected for them to keep rates steady at 0.25%, but that won't stop the Canadian dollar from possibly appreciating against the U.S. dollar. Again, that's what we're looking to do. Again, my name is Greg McLeod, and I'm a 25-year trading veteran. So good to be with you. I'm the CEO and founder of the Elite Traders University. Before we get started, we're going to do put a risk disclaimer on the screen to make sure you understand all the risks associated with foreign exchange trading. And a little bit about myself for those of you who don't know who I am. I'm the founder and CEO of the Elite Traders University. I'm a 25-year trading veteran. I trade options, stocks, commodities, crypto, and I'm one of the foremost authorities of short-term day trading and scalping. And I was a currency analyst at one of the world's largest forex broker dealers in the world. I'm a graduate from UCLA, and I have 16 years in public education. I taught in South Central, the mean streets of South Central LA, Markham Middle School, Jordan High School, Jordan Block in Watts, and I have been working with kids and start working for the financial industry later on. Okay, I also work for Bank of America, top tier bank, and I'm a published author. You can find many of my articles still on the internet, the Daily FX, FX Street, Yahoo Finance. Okay, and I've trained thousands of students worldwide, so I am uniquely qualified to help you learn how to trade. If you're interested, I'll give you an offer, a special offer for those of you who are watching this live presentation to join me and my students in the Elite Traders University. And we have the 4 pillars to 6 figures, tells you more about what we do, how we do it, and an invitation if you qualify to participate and to actually join us. One of the tools behind me is my market heat map. It's an arrangement of currency pairs by percentage change, but it's a lot more than that. It's like a Swiss Army knife of tools, and you can try it for $1, for 7 days. And it's just we got a special price going on for that too. But you have equity indices heat maps, commodities heat maps, cryptos heat maps, forex heat maps, all instrument heat maps, global stocks, plus charts, quotes, economic calendar, financial news, market hours, technical analysis, screener, sentiment, currency correlations, forex liquidity, tutorials, 81 videos in a basic forex course, plus scholarships and all kinds of trader checklists. And also some additional courses and private coaching by me. You'll have an hour with me when you purchase my market heat map. Okay, so we'll go ahead and check that tool out. And we traded the Kiwi dollar. We traded the Reserve Bank in New Zealand, and it was doing pretty good. But we're going to jump over to the economic calendar. Let me check that out, and then we'll go for that high impact stuff there, and then we can see what's going on for today, right? And then so here we are, Bank of Canada. They're widely expected to keep rates unchanged, 0.25%, and we'll go ahead and this is what we're in right now. The red white flag is Canadian dollar, the maple leaf, and so I'm going to be looking at pairs of the Canadian dollar. You can guys do whatever you want. Again, this is not a trade recommendation or a trade signaling service at all. It's merely to demonstrate the power of the Pip and Run Forex scalping system, a system that I developed about 15, 20 years ago. And so and it's been helping people make millions of dollars around the world. So this is basically this is an infomercial. An infomercial, right? Really cool infomercial. Okay, let's get to it, Greg. All right, here we go. This is the euro dollar. I'm not gonna trade euro dollar. I'm gonna look at dollar CAD. That's my and we are right there. And this is a dollar. This is the dollar CAD 1 hour chart. And then we we did $3,773 last night. Now, and so, but we start over again today, right? So we have no positions open right now. I'm just looking at a head and shoulders pattern right now, kind of a bearish head and shoulders. We got the head, a shoulder, a head, kind of a Quasimodo kind of Hunchback of Notre Dame kind of pattern. And if we look at this as some type of a neckline, I'm going to just draw it kind of rough and tough there. So we got kind of a break of the neckline right there. Maybe we come back and retest and a drop. And then I am looking for, okay, I could see possibly a drop. Right. So this is what I'm looking at. I'm going to drop down to a 5-minute chart. That's where I like living life, right? So we might get pump and dump. The broker has a target like that. It may be right. I don't really pay attention to them. Let me go ahead and turn them off. Broker targets. Turn those off. Actually, they're not the broker, it's a third-party service, but I like my own analysis. I prefer to fish with my own tools. Okay, so we've got about, it's 9:57, and we're on a 5-minute chart of dollar CAD. We're trading the Bank of Canada rate announcement, and my name is Greg McLeod of the Elite Traders University and the Forex Cash Machine. I want to say howdy do to all you guys from the Forex Cash Machine. I know I'm also broadcasting on YouTube. Hi, YouTubers. Thank you, YouTube guys, for watching me as well. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Ask me, hey, Greg, do a video on this, or do a video on stochastics, or do a video on that. If you have some questions or something like that, feel free to pop those comments in there. I do read them, respond. So now we got a little breakout. It could be a fake breakout, a little like, come on, let's play, let's go long. It could go higher. And am I buying? No, 9:58. I want to wait till the announcement comes out. My clock up here says 10. And also I want to have maybe some CNBC. And I want to make sure you guys are hearing me, seeing me. And if you can, this, I'm trying to scroll through and see. Okay. Bank of Canada. And I'm probably gonna trade 10 standard lots. So I've got 1-click execution where it's 9:59. We've got 39 seconds. 35, 34 seconds. Currently trading in one spot, 2, 4, 5, 8. And we've got some moves. And 9:59. We may break out and come back up to this supply zone right here. 9:59. Got 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see where she goes. 10 o'clock. One spot, 2, 4, 5, 9. And okay, I'm going to take. Okay, so we've got the announcement. Long wick down. Okay, we're gonna watch to see. Okay, so we've that's 3,400. Oh, and we got a break back above the top side. Let's see. So fake to the move, but that's how fast, guys. We still got these here, which are okay. Okay, we're breaking up north, and I don't like that. Okay. Let's see if we're capped here at one spot 24660. I mean, we were able to get in and out of those trades really within seconds, right? But we've got push up to this area, fishing expedition. Trying to see if she comes back down. We might have to flip back the other way. The wick looks wicked. Okay, the current positions we have are really on the wrong side of the trade here on the short. Looking for, okay, we're at 2,500 whole number, round number. That's probably where I'll probably kill it if, okay. Really big candle, 10-0, it's 10:02. Got like a long, like kind of a Darth Maul kind of candle, right? With long wick down, long wick up. And we are touching that 2,500 area, and we got about 2 minutes left in this candle. So we're at a round number. Let me put my round number indicator on. Okay. Indicator custom round number, right? I'm gonna put the round number indicator on, and okay. The round number is at, we're gonna use at 25. Okay. So that round number is at 12500. So let's see if this becomes a shrinking violet or not. Got minute 9 in this 5-minute candle. So we had like a pump and dump to the upside. So let's see. Long, long candle. I'm very bearish on the US dollar based on some longer term charts. And I don't want to like, oh, wow, the scalp turns into a longer term trade. I think we do a very hard reversal. Because we have sentiment. 64% of all accounts with open positions are bullish, and 36% of the accounts open are expecting it to fall. So let's see if we can stay below 2,500. We'll be good. If not, we will take it on the chin pretty hard. But and next candle is coming up. Green. Still fighting with that 21 spot 2500 area. And feel free to get long. If you're like, hey, Greg is long and he's getting hammered right now, Okay. So we've got this candle breaking. We're at 1.2502. And we are breaking even more to the upside. So we are going to close these out. Really? Okay, listen, we've got some resistance right there. Very long candle to the upside. 25.12. And this is also a fib level too, right? The 88.6 Fibonacci reversal level there. That's the Fibonacci of last resort, right? That's the last one, 88.6. Because then now you're at 100% retracement, which could still be a double top, but it's quite a bit of risk. $2,511. And we do have like one last supply zone here. And that supply zone is getting taken out probably right now, right? Yeah, let's do that. So that's our last supply zone. And we have a nice parabolic move coming up from there, from the upside. 25.17, and it's looking pretty bad for the home team. Yeah. So we're gonna close all this stuff out. We're gonna take the hit, and that didn't go so well. We got some nice shorts on the south side, the north side targets. So we were caught in the fishing expedition. $25.13, and we're pulling back from the 88.6% Fibo. Maybe go down to a 1 minute, maybe. Let's see if we can see the structure of what's going on in there, right? Okay, so we got some structure. We took a hit there, and then so we've got a trend line, and we're getting our clock cleaned right now. $25.16. Hope you guys are doing better than I'm doing right now. We got a push into the 88.6 Fibo, 25.16. And the Bank of Canada BOC. Okay, now we're starting to turn down from that fib area. Canada. Okay. And let's go to news feed. And not a lot of news on this rate announcement. Let me try here. Let's run Forex Factory. So we're kind of drifting down to the 786, 1.2510. me go here. Switch that tab. Oh, wrong way. Okay. Okay. Forex. Trying to find where there is some news on this announcement. Come on down. Yeah, we got this doji here is called a dragonfly doji right there. That dragonfly doji was pretty, it was a full-bodied red candle, which we took profit on, and then it reversed, and then the reverse of 24,660 would have been a nice reversal of an entry. So we're coming down from that. Now we're below the 786 at 2505. The 618 is at 2495. And I fired off a lot of my WOD, so I don't have a lot left to actually maybe trade this back down. So I would have to like wait for it to like drift back down and try to close some of these out. Okay. So we broke rising trend lines, maybe more like this. It's hard to do it when you have a very vertical move, but basically we had a couple of candles that went across the trend line. We have a bearish evening star, bullish candle followed by a spinning top, and then the long wick was a full-bodied candle and dropped back right out of the supply zone. And then now we have price meandering down ever so slowly. Maybe buyers stepping in right about there. Maybe even have a retest before a drop. And it's a really interesting to see if you look at what's like a Forex Factory, and we use correlation analysis when we trade, and you can see that euro being up the dollar, pound being up the dollar, yen being up the dollar, Swiss being up the dollar, Aussie being up the dollar, New Zealand being up the dollar. The only dollar pair that is off is the dollar CAD, where the CAD is not being up the dollar here. So this is one of those anomalies where you have $1 pair that's up, and all the other dollar pairs are the dollar is weaker versus everything except for the Canadian. I mean, the dollar is strong against every the dollar is strong against the Canadian dollar, but it's weak against all the other pairs. Is what I'm trying to say, right? So that is that's an anomaly, right? Usually it's like, okay, dollar is getting beat up here, dollar is getting beat up here, dollar is getting beat up here, dollar is getting beat up here. Oh no, dollar is beating up on the Canadian dollar, right? And by a large amount. So what can we take from this other than, a big loss for Greg, is that what you can learn from this is, okay, don't over leverage your account. And the second rule, number 2, is that that when you have not rule but a guideline here is that when you have all the pairs against one currency, or all the currency against another currency, and there's one exception, this usually will come back, over time. This will drift back down in line with the rest of these, right? That's what usually happens. And remember, the market can do whatever it wants to do, right? The market can do, like we just saw, it did everything it wanted to do. And based on correlation analysis, I just went, hey, like it's like a freebie, right? Dollar is, but it's like, no, not today, Greg, not today. Right? So I hope you're learning something. You learned from my losses as well as from my as for my wins as well, right? So we got an initial surge, and I'm gonna back out 5-minute chart, and then we can back out. I'm gonna back out again. Double 5, 10. We don't have a 10-minute. Oh, yeah, we do have a 10. Let's go 1 hour. Okay. So we got 1 hour. Right. Yeah, and we spiked right into this. Basically start digging right into an electrical cable. I remember a friend telling me that. Well, actually, it happened here. We had a blackout here. The the crew outside was actually they were digging, doing some street clean, and then all of a sudden all the power went out. All the power went out, and it was completely dark. And I had I had a coaching session. I go, look, we need power. We gotta have some power. I didn't have a backup generator, and the laptop has power, but the Wi-Fi needs power. But someone had cut the line, the cable, and that caused the neighborhood to go dark, right? So that's what happened here, where we're digging, and then we hit an old level, and I'm trying to get the translucence on there. The translucent. Whoa, okay. Really? There we go. Translucence. Right. So we came right back into the zone, came back again, and we had a nice break of the trend line there, and we was looking for actually a move down to 2370 or so, right? But this big tail move, and you look at it, it's turning into a long wick, right? If we take off this, the reminders of my defeat. Oh, all right. Deal now. It's a long. I'm going to take this off too. Take off the trend lines. Take off that. It's a Darth Maul candle. Remember Darth Maul? He had the double-ended lightsaber, right? So you had a big spike up there, a big spike down here. So the bulls, if you got long, then you got screwed, and if you got short, then you're like hanging on to shorts, right? But the resumption of the trend, and I want a big shout out to my buddy here in our room, he talks about this. Bread and butter is trading the trend, and I want to just to salute him. Yeah, made a really cool post. Because I put a poll, do you trade news? And he goes, no. So, very, very cool. Yeah. Our room's extremely active. Okay. No, I can't find it. Yeah, oh, there it is. John Newman. Big salute. I salute you, brother. But here we go. It's starting to shrink. Starting to move down. I mean, this is very, very interesting as well, right? So we got. I'm going to drop down to. Okay, I want to take you out to a higher time frame. Right. Oh, higher than that, right? I'm going to go out to it. I'm going to go out to a daily. Go out to a daily. All right, so that's the daily right there, right? And I'm going to. This is where the round number indicator is not particularly helpful. Indicators, round numbers. I'm gonna get rid of that. And right, okay. So this is our. So we got this really big downtrend there. All right, actually, let me do something here. Remove all drawings. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then this is like a sled ride down. So, and then so we're basically retesting, trying to retest. There's that trend line right there. Right. Okay. You just be able to snap it to the high. Okay. We really didn't get back to that line. So we actually have a if this candle holds, it's not closed yet, and you're supposed to put your trend lines on closed candles. So this one is closed, and it's higher than this one, so we can connect this swing point and this swing point and project that out. And then we can take this trend line here. Now we have a new low. It's not it made a new low, but we need another candle. So tomorrow would be the next candle, and then we could draw. We could draw across here, right? Across the corner, and then price spike through and then close back into there. So this is so we have a a short term or intermediate term uptrend, but we have a bigger downtrend. So we have a rising demand line and a sloping supply line meeting. They have a baby. It's called a triangle, right? They'll have a love child, and that love child, what's pregnant, and we're looking for a breakout. Is it going to be a boy or is it going to be a girl, right? So if we see a continuation of this, I mean, we've seen pops up, pops and drops, where, if we were looking at a long-term, and this will probably not be a long-term hold, but eventually we will look to work down here to the 2021 area. Okay. And we're at 1.2491. So we held the whole number, round number, barely. We eked that about it, and but really strong shot there. Yeah. So, and then hindsight's 2020. We had strong bearish move, and maybe. Right. Yeah, it's still there. It's still there. We're still underwater. Trying to see if am I live? I don't see. Let me refresh my screen over here. Oh yeah, sure. I'm wearing the blue shirt. Aaron. Oh yeah, time frame. Okay, yeah, I can see your chats now because I wasn't showing. Yeah, yeah, we're still live. I see hands being waved. All right, cool. Okay. Yeah, it's a pretty messy chart. I mean, we had support. We had basically a multiple bottom, right? But I was actually looking at, I mean, we can break this down now, is that I was looking at something like a head and shoulders pattern. And then, sometimes you get that Quasimodo where price kind of, Hunchback in Notre Dame, where the shoulder is a little off, but so it's still, we hit the trend line, we bounced. Look, I mean, actually, we rallied back into the trend line, but there was so much support there, right? We needed a clear, like a close below a close below this, a closed candle, maybe a closed 5-minute candle. Did we close a 5-minute candle below that? I don't think we did. If we had a closed candle below support, I mean, we didn't even get down there, right? Yeah, we wicked, we didn't close, right? And that's one thing. One of the things I've learned that kind of broke my rules here is trading on closed candles, right? Closed, and that's why the trade yesterday worked so well, because I waited for that to drop first and then pop, but I was kind of married to we had the double bottom that broke, and we didn't close. We had a wick, but we did not close below any of the previous support, or we just wicked, but we didn't close. We did close. We closed up here, right? And so that's the we didn't. So we had our support, a double bottom, and we rallied, and we made some lower highs and lower lows, and we made a really lower low, and then a really lower low, and we just hammered it, right? For looking for a move back down to that 38% retracement, right? Right now, this is just hanging around like nobody's business, right? And like I said, when we go back to comparative analysis, if we take a look at this is the U.S. dollar versus dollar CAD, the U.S. dollar is strong against Canadian dollar. However, if you look at the euro is beating up on the dollar, right? The euro is up. The Aussie is up. And the pound was up, I believe. Yeah, pound dollar was up as well. Pound dollar right here. Pound was up, really up, right? So, and then currencies like the dollar Swiss were down. Dollar Swiss, dollar yen. So if you in the way I work, if I see comparative analysis on a strength, strong versus weak, and then I'm like, okay, how about dollar CAD should be in the same direction, but it's not, right? In fact, it's actually making a U-turn back up, right? Let's see, return to the scene of the crime. See if we get a lower high at 25.10, and again, pretty wild movement, right? I'm trying to find some news on this. Usually they'll get some type of rundown or breakdown. CNBC is kind of biased toward the U.S., of course, but international news usually will say something about Bank of Canada or some type of analysis. Bank of Canada. Okay, here we go. 2505. Trying again. We bounced off this 733 period moving average. Yeah, a tighter. If we can connect these two trend lines together, here we have a trend line and a trend line break. Yeah, and if he took the break long, then you definitely got stopped out. This dropped like 20 pips right there. So let's see if we get a harami and this turns into a projection to the south side, right? I mean that would take us back down, right? Down 71 pips, guys. Woo. I hope you guys did better on this. Bank of Canada. Okay, here is something finally came up. 0.25%. They have a webcast. Okay, Bank of Canada maintains policy rate forward guidance, adjusts quantitative easing program. The Bank of Canada today held its target overnight rate at the effective. Let me bring this over here so my head's not turned around. Okay, my neck. I'm getting my neck. The Bank of Canada today held its target for the overnight rate at the effective lower bound of 0.25%, with the bank rate at 0.5% and deposit rate at 0.25%. As the economy reopens after the third wave of COVID-19, growth should rebound strongly. The bank is forecasting growth of about 6% this year, slowing to about 4.5% in 2022 and 3.25% in 2023. Okay. So you're given really strong data. 6% growth is nothing to sneeze at. Ordinary growth, trendline growth is like 3%, and rebound after COVID is 6%. So you would think, again, that's where the fundamentals come in, right? Where they are giving forward guidance of strong growth tapering off in 2023, 2022, and 2023. Strong growth this year, but their currency weakens, so it's pretty interesting, very interesting. Yeah, this one stumped me. I have to admit, this was a different animal, because that's why they call it the loonie, right? Now let's look at like a CAD pair, a CAD yen, CAD in the front. CAD is the base pair, like a CAD yen, and that's amazing. Look, that's amazing too, right? So this is the yen strengthening versus the Canadian dollar, which is just right. This is CAD yen, but if you look at pound yen, it's a different animal. All your yen pair, Aussie yen, well, sideways consolidation, Aussie yen. And that would be kind of bad for the equity market if we see the yen pairs. Oh, and then euro yen. Okay. Okay. How about Kiwi yen? Rolling over. Yen pairs are really tied closely to the stock market and risk. So let's take a look. What's going on? CNBC. Okay. Really interesting. Apple hit an all-time high, and all the stock indices are green. Yeah. This whole day is really funky, where we have yen pairs and the dollar rallying with the stock market rallying, which is pretty interesting. Let's go back to our pair, dollar CAD, and let's get back in here. Zoom out, zoom in, zooming out, zooming in. There we go. So that was this is a Fibonacci expansion. And what we do is when we look for prices, if they're going in a direction and we want to find the target, potential target, is that we connect one point with a second point, the low, and then the top. So the zigzag. We're looking for the zigzag, and then we're looking for price to drift to one of these levels here. And if I find my pen, oh, there it is. So we might come here or here, the 100% expansion, or here, or the 1.61A expansion, or the 224% expansion, right? Now, that's if and only if a price can stay, below this high, right? That high right there. Now, if we break the high, then we can get 100% a double top, which is which could still, we could take our projection. All we have to do is take this and then move it up to the double top and move this out of the way. You take this line, and then that would be your double top, and it would still give you projection targets. Typical projection target is like here, the M in the middle in the M. That at spot 1, spot 2, 490. That would be your area of interest for a conservative target, your TP1. And then we would look at maybe the 1.618 at 1 spot 2658, right? Now, but on the other hand, if this is bullish and it turns around, then we take our lines in the other direction, right? Oh, we go like this and like this and like this, right? Now we have upward targets. So if this pullback holds, this low holds, and price breaks higher, then these are our projection targets. TP1, the old high, 1 spot 2520, which I hope not. But hope, wish, and pray they're not where the trading is dominated by that. The next target, the 100% expansion, will be at 125.75, right? So, and that would be interesting if we broke this area of resistance. The old high is right there, and okay, so that's the old high, right? So if we broke the old high, then we would look at these targets. And then we could do, because and it's such an ugly chart. Yeah, I kind of should have known that. We got nice little support right there. 2509. And we are breaking 2513. Canadian dollar weak in spite of strong data. As you can see, I went to the Bank of Canada website, and so they say growth should rebound strongly. I mean, that's pretty bullish, right? The Bank of Canada's forecasted growth of 6% this year. 6% is huge, right? Slowing to 4.5% by 2022 and 3.25% by 2023. So, strong economy, higher price in oil. We look at an oil chart. Canada is one of the largest exporters of oil, and that's another thing that went into the analysis too. Commodity prices. Okay. If we look at like WTI crude, it's usually a good proxy for. It's a proxy for Canadian dollar, right? USD, CA, WTI, US oil, and we are coming up. Are we going to we're challenging the old high, and so the bearish target is becoming increasingly unlikely. Okay. So here's an oil chart, and if we can do a comparative analysis, you can compare like CAD, JPY. Right. They usually, or how about this one? Let's go like this. The correlation, since Japan imports like 100% of its oil or 90% of its oil, I mean, they don't have any oil at all. and Canada is a big producer of oil. The old correlation was CAD yen was was a good track for comparative track for oil. But we can just use comparative analysis. We can just take like the inverse of dollar CAD, right? And usually when it goes down, the oil goes up. Ugh, no. Yeah, so you can't really tell a whole lot there. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. So we've got a Harami on the 5 minute. Okay, 25.15. How about some Bitcoin? Oh, Bitcoin is up, right? Look at it was at 32. Go here, Bitcoin. You got down to 31. Yeah, 31.62, and it shot up pretty strong, right? Off of that multiple bottom trend line break. But if you find the old high, you probably go out to like a 4-hour chart, right? Yeah, look at that. Look at that wick, wicked wick. Finding a lot of support down here in the 31, well, actually, we hit 29, 60, 29, 60, 613 several times on Bitcoin. Again, we can draw a trend line across the top there. We get a break at 30, like 32,813. We might see a pop to the north side there. Anyway, back to dollar CAD. It just seems to be languishing, guys. Right? And the 4-hour chart, I mean, we almost got like a railroad track engulfing maybe. And it's 10:43. I'll give it another 5 minutes. See if I see any questions. Kind of a disappointing today, but you live to fight another day, right? You fight another day. $25.08. Now we can even go down with the C trade. We can go down to the 21 tick chart, which is kind of interesting as well. You can kind of like see how some of this stuff actually looks like in micro world. So we're actually in every 21 orders, a candle is printed, right? And so this is a 21 tick chart, and so we can redraw our trend line properly. And here we go. So we're making higher highs and higher lows. The trend would like to make a new high, 25 cents. Make a higher high. But we could break this trend line and make a lower low, and we could see price come down to here. Now the scale here is 20 pips, so a move from here from 2507 to 2488 is not a whole lot, like maybe 15. But here we go. So there you go. We got a nice little head. There's our head and shoulders pattern. It's like, where were you all my life? You know, it's like there's your pattern right there. Trend line break. And if we were to take a measurement objective to the neckline, we would get some type of a target, and that target would be like 12 pips, 12 and a half pips, right? Better than a sharp stick in the eye, as one trader I know used to say. But the markets are fractal in nature, so the smaller time frames sometimes reflect what's going on in the higher time frames. So they might start off, you got this bullish head and shoulders on a tick chart, and then it spirals up into your 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, and then you'll start seeing your hour and half hour. Especially as we get closer to the top of the hour, it's I'm in this a lot longer than I ever wanted to be, right? And but Greg got his hand caught in the cookie jar. Now I had a really good good testimony from my one of my students, Jan, and he was having a rough time with the trading. He got on the other side of the New Zealand rate announcement. He was down pips, but then he was able to turn it around and to plus $644, and that's really cool. That's really cool about the system is that you might get on the wrong side of the wrong foot, on the wrong side of the trade, but you're able to recover because you have an objective way of approaching the market, right? That's the yeah, I'll just read it. It says it's like today was an awesome learning day. Just wanted to share with you. Overall, I made 92.1 pips. We lost 108, so I was down 15.9 pips overall. However, I made $1,144.11 and lost $499.23. So overall, I actually made $644.88, which is a win for the day for sure. Which means I lost my win rate of 91% down to 87% win rate. Okay, now you guys, take out your GoFundMe page, or send him a check, because he's down from 91% win rate to 87% win rate. It's kind of sad, huh? It's tough in pip and run world, right? The problems here are a lot different than the problems out there, right? I know it's not very apparent by what's going on with the account right now with Dollar Cat. Dollar Cat just kicked Greg's butt. Oh! I'm still hurting, right? But you still, which is humbling. However, I still think that it's pretty good for a beginner. Yeah, he just started. I mean, he's like green like January or March, April, May, June. Yeah, he's like really new. Like I think like February or January. So this year, he started trading this year. Not 3 years, not 10 years, not 19 years, not 20 years. He's doing what I could do in 10 years, but he did it in 4 months. Okay. That is, that's pretty amazing, right? So when he gets to year 10, going at the rate he's going, I don't have much doubt that he'll be a millionaire many times over, right? Why? Because he started. He didn't have all the dumb stuff that I went through. $100,000 worth of dumb stuff, right? I mean, some of the stuff was good, but DIY, maybe you want to build a birdhouse DIY or fix your car, save some money, do your hair. DIY haircuts kind of suck. But DIY, teaching yourself trading without help from someone who's been on the inside. You don't want to be trained by someone who wasn't working on the inside, right? Because it's different. So it was a heck of a mission, though. He shorted the RBNZ interest rate today, which was incorrect. Yeah. If you guys watched my weekly, I put it out there. I stuck to my weekly. I was bearish dollar, and I went in there bearish dollar on every pair but the dollar CAD, right? So I did hold to my analysis. I watched my analysis, because sometimes I do my analysis, I don't follow my analysis. Like, hey, Greg, you just said this. Greg, you're so smart. Gee, Greg. It's like, you don't never listen to me. I was like, what's up with you? Go give me something to eat. Give me a cold beer. Like, don't talk to me like that. Yeah, it gets kind of wild, right? So it was a heck of a mission. I shorted the news and RBNZ interest rate, and today, which was incorrect, moved my stops like a rookie, left positions open only because price was at their highs, and I knew a drop was inevitable. Yeah, he's got that. So you know where he gets that from, right? Which is, in standard market analysis, you take your hit, take your loss quick, and then, like I did. I took my loss on Kiwi. I got short too. I wasn't, it spiked. I got short, but I closed it out right away, and I immediately got long. And that gave me a positive. And you guys saw it on the video, right? This time, same thing happened. I just, didn't have I didn't finish my coffee. That's the problem. Look, a full cup of coffee is not a good sign. It means I didn't drink it. I was half asleep. I can blame it on Folgers. Anyway. So it was a heck of a mission, though. I shorted news for RBNZ. And interest rate today, which was incorrect, moved my stops like a rookie. Sounds familiar. I feel you, Jan. Dude, I'm doing it right now. Left positions open. Oh, Jan, I'm feeling you, brother. He's a brother from another mother. He's like my twin. I love Jan. And at price highs, and I knew a drop was inevitable. I then went long on CPI news for GBP and won with larger lots to help balance my unrealized losses from earlier. Okay. Then I shorted Kiwi Yen again, this time from higher up. And that was the currency pair from earlier where I shorted when I should have gone long. Okay, so he went back to the trade where he lost and made money. Made back most of my potential losses, then closed the final positions from the older trade at a much smaller loss. Ended up with a profit over $600 by the end of it. No way I could have done that without the training I've received from you and Michael. And Michael, again, is an amazing trader. I mean, and very giving, sharing videos and things, and he doesn't, he's doesn't have the goodness of heart. He doesn't get paid for posting, doing any of that stuff that he does. He just does it, trying to inspire people and get them like, look, this is what you can do, right? And because I inspired him, I pass the torch on, and he's inspiring others. And in fact, Jan is a friend of Michael, and so people's lives are changed by this. And and then Jan knows Mario, and they all. So now we've got this a really tight knit family. When you can turn around and make money, and you know what's going on, right? So hope you enjoyed that testimony. There's the tick chart. I'm right in my mouth. Here's that head and shoulders thing, right? So if I had free capital that I could have shorted that, and again that 12 pips. Well, actually, the short from the break, a retest, like broke, retest, and drop. and 16 pips down to the old, right. So 16 pips. So if you are, this is a tick chart. Now this is really interesting because we have this like flag formation. You got flagpole. If you're Canada, it's a hockey stick, right? It's like a hockey stick. It's like a pole. You got the stick and you got the little paddle in the front of that. So you got the little hockey stick pattern, right? But we're breaking support, right? Like I said, this is an incredible, turn of events to have a dollar. And I've been trading for 25 years, and I haven't been shocked like this since like Ben Bernanke, and it was on the U.S. dollar. It was like dollar Swiss or something like that, and I got hammered because he said we're gonna raise rates, and the dollar dropped, that kind of thing, right? And that's where the fundamentals. Now I had sworn off news. I really had. I had sworn. If you even read my ebook, I'm like going stay away from news, and then I'm like going, you know what? The volatility. I mean, I can't sit through. I don't want to sit through hours and hours of sideways candles, and I just don't have the patience to be in a trade. Back in the brokerage only trade off 4-hour chart. Daily chart is your trend direction. We look for the. Let me show you. I mean, this thing is gonna take a little while anyway. It's 11 o'clock too, but look for your daily chart. The daily trend. I mean, it works. I mean, it can work, right? So your daily trend is up, and then you look at your 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart's like your trigger chart. Now, my trigger chart's like a 5, but trigger chart's an hour, and the trigger chart, it's like this. So it looks like this, then it goes like this and like this, So we're like inside of these. Right? So what happens is anytime this sells off on the 4-hour, right? But the trend is up. If the trend is up and this is down, you buy. Right? So you buy the downtrends on the 4-hour when the daily trend is up. Why? Because you're in here. You're inside of this, right? You're inside of this. And then it turns, and now you're in trend, right? Now, the thing about it is it takes days. It takes several days for this to happen. Each candle's a day. So day. Meanwhile, you get in here, this is up and down seesawing, right? So my boss at the time got into a trade. He goes, "Hey, Greg, we're going to trade." I forgot what it was. I think it was pound dollar. And it says, we're looking at the daily chart. The trend is up. And the 4-hour chart is pulling back, so we're going to get long. Okay. So I got long. And then I was up like 15 pips. Like, oh, wow, great, man. And I was trading heavy, too. So I had like 100, I always trade heavy, so it was like I was up $150. I'm like, $150. This is really cool. And my boss says, make sure, Greg, that you don't close it out. Let your profits run. Follow the trend. I'm like going, okay. And then I started doing some stuff. Looked back at the charts, and then I'm down like 250. Right. I'm like going, I was up 150. Now I'm down 250. Greg, stop watching the charts. Let the trade mature and unfold. The trend is your friend. And I'm like going, oh my God, Then went up and I was up like 200. This is like an hour later. I said, you know what? Next time this thing hits 200 or 250, I'm taking it. So I closed it out. I took my 200. And the platform makes all this noise when you close out the trade. Like. And the whole office looks around. Greg, did you close that trade out? Like going, yeah. And he goes, you're not going to make any money taking these little short-term trades. You got okay. And then it came back down again. it came back down, so I got back in again. And this all this is happening on the 4-hour chart, but we can't, you know. So the thing dropped, and then now it was like down. If I stayed in it, it would have been down like maybe down to 100, right? So I got in. So I actually got in a better price than my boss did. So I got in again. He goes, "Did you get in?" Like, yeah, man. Now make sure you hold it. I go, how long am I gonna hold this? No, 3-4 days. I go, oh, 4 days? Come on. Oh my God. I'll turn into a dinosaur. I'm gonna make extinct waiting for this thing, right? Then it dropped again. Then I'm like down. It dropped, and then I was down, like 75, down 100, down 300, and then it popped back up to like 175, and then it broke to like 300. All right. I mean, so like 17 pips, 30 pips, $10 a pip, right? It was 300, so I like, what, I'm taking this. I am tired of this. This is getting on my nerves. Because you're not supposed to watch the chart. You're not supposed to nursemaid it. Okay, if you're a swing trader, you set it, you go play golf, do something, right? Well, I was trading at my desk, and I had one screen, and it just had this thing flashing red at me. And I'm like going, I don't like red. I like green. So I took that one. And then this thing did, a couple of other times, and I got back in. It dropped. I got back in. I go, wow, let me go down to this 5-minute chart. And so I was looking, oh my God, this thing is like a bank account, man. I go, oh, I can buy here, sell here, buy here, sell here. And I was up $750. But at the end of the day, I closed it out. But when I hit the sell button, I should turn the volume down. Greg, did you get out of that trade? I just didn't say anything this time. I just ignored him. Anyway, 3 days later, news comes out, and this thing drops. And my boss gets stopped out. Well, Greg, that one didn't work out so well, but, remember, we got the odds in our favor, 2-to-1 risk-reward ratio. If you win, 40% of your trades, you're going to be profitable. I was like, I wasn't in that trade. Because I wasn't going to go to sleep with, because I was trading too large. And when you're trading really large, you can't sleep anyway with that big a position, right? So I had a big position, and I said, no, I got out. I got out of the trade. He's like, well, and he goes, well, and he lost, he had 100 pips stop, he had probably 100 pips stop, but, his position size was in accordance with his account. It wasn't over leveraged. So he took his 100 pip loss, right? Risking 100 to make 200 or something like that. And I over leveraged, and I got out and then out 3 or 4 times, and I made $750, right? And then when I realized, I'm like going, you know what? I could go to sleep. I didn't have to wake up. I did have to wait, because if I had waited 3 or 4 days and come up negative, oh my God, is like I could get a job at, I could get another part-time job, fast food restaurant, right? So I wanted to make money fast, and so that became the beginning of Pip and Run, kind of like get in, get out, grab your money, and go, right? And not get stuck in positions like I'm in right now, right? Okay. Maybe let's out of the way, right? Right. Whoa, what's this? Okay. Oh, I must be in some weird template. I don't know what this is. Template. Blank. Oh, there it is. Oh my God. What happened? Whoa, yeah, here we go. We hit down below, and that target actually came right. Yeah. So we'll see. We've got another trend line. Yeah, so that kind of like started Pip and Run, getting in and out quickly, and was start doing that for years. And the brokerage wanted to, that's how I got started. I mean, just getting in and out, and then what happened was the CEO of the company said, hey, we need someone that can trade really fast, get in and out, so to really show off our platform and to help us drive volume for the active trader platform. And so the other guys like say, hey, well, I'm using 4-hour daily charts, and the CEO goes, no, we don't need that. We need someone who can like churn fast. And so they selected me, and that's how Pip and Run was born, a live show that I did on Daily FX and FXCM, and it was pretty popular for a really long time, right? So I just realized that I didn't want to hold. I don't like even holding this long, but now we're coming up on the old high, and we're breaking the old high, 17.2570. Let's see if it holds. Trend line, yeah. So that thing that they challenge the trend lines and stuff to try to like bait people into the long side. But see, look, rejection, rejected, right? Oh, rejected off this line. Look at that old trend line, and let's see if it's. Well, this is gonna be pretty interesting, right? Okay. So that's pretty cool. And then I got to do it on stage. I got to do it live in front of an audience, and then my boss said, hey, don't worry, if you lose the account, you'll still have a job at FXCM. I'm like going, well, you have really a lot of confidence in me, right? But I have really confidence in my system, where I get to pull out 23 pips in like 3 minutes, trading pound yen, and people standing and cheering, winner, winner, chicken dinner, right? So that was really cool too. So I mean, when I went through that the whole journey from going from long term, and I've taught students, and they've taken the short term pattern wave theory strategy, that and then applied it to longer term charts, and it actually is very effective. Rod Cox was one of my top students, and I don't think his largest trade size was like 3K, and he turned 2,000 into like $37,000, and he never sat in front of the computer. And I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, well, I just, instead of looking for these micro patterns on the 5-minute and 30-second charts or the tick charts that you do, I just look those same patterns on a 4-hour daily chart, and he did well. So nothing, no slight against the longer term chart. I just know personally that's not my risk temperament, right? And for many, what will happen is you'll take a long-term trade and you'll start messing with it because, so well, you're not disciplined enough. Well, maybe your trade is trading the wrong type of style. There are people that are day traders in which they trade the opening of the day and they're out of their trades by the end of the day, right? There are swing traders which will hold positions 3, 4, 5 days, 6 days, a week. And then there's a position traders, which they can hold trades for like months and years, right? Based on fundamental analysis. They have big 500 pip stops, but they have like, 10,000 pip, targets, right? Which is, that's quite doable. But you have to do it according to what your risk, your temperament is, right? Every person is completely. In fact, this was a case study. Yeah. So if you can look at it, that's not dollars. That's number of pips. 5,257 pips, 12,963 pips, 6,945, 10,422, 988%. And this is my FX book live account he did. 2,000 to 20,000, but he actually took 2,000 to 37,000. And not only that, he took it to 37,000 and wound up losing half of it and bringing it back again, which is pretty amazing. And he was doing, so seven. Then he wound up doing like 1,757%. So he took up the account and then big drawdown, huge drawdown, but he took it back up again. But see, you have the skills to be able to do that. You don't want to do that. That's not how you want your career to be. But to be able to, like, if something happened, if you had to start from scratch, right? Something happened and you had to start from scratch, you can't. That's the thing. You give me a laptop and put me somewhere out, give me a Wi-Fi connection, and let's say I lost everything, and then I went to like McDonald's, made $15 an hour, saved enough money, opened up a brokerage, a high leverage account overseas. I could scale the account back up. I could be back in the game, right? And a lot of people, they can't do that. They lose. They can't recover because they don't have a method or a methodology or a system that they can rely on that they can actually believe that, yeah, I can do this, right? I've blown up and then I come back from blowing up and getting back to millions again, So it's so this does look pretty sad, pretty sad show, right? And it's not my typical show, but it also will show you that there are risks in foreign exchange trading, right? And you can lose it all, but guess what? If you have the right knowledge, you can make it back. And I really invite you to be part and find out more, right? The good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm pretty transparent. I admit my faults and show people. I wouldn't, if I were to do this over again, I would have to do the same thing because the correlation analysis was weak dollar. The commodities were pointing up. The stock market was up. The dollar never, however, right? So I would, the only thing I would change is probably not open up so many positions, and also maybe the takeaways would be maybe waiting. Oh, this is not the chart. This is a tick chart. Tick charts are a lot of fun. We'll do some tick chart scalping next time. Okay? Does that sound good? Objects manager, remove all drawings. I just love C-Trader. But you have to be platform agnostic as well, right? So we are in this sideways move, right? So 11:15. I just want to do a quickie. What am I gonna do? Yeah, couple of things that are scrolling across your screen. 4 pillars to 6 figures. Come over to Elite Traders University and come to our website and have a gander at what's going on there. We have a free ebook. You can get that there. I'm trying to find our tab. We have so many tabs open. It's like okay. All right, yeah, EliteTradersUniversity.com. And then you can go to our free masterclass. You can go there. You can get our free income boost ebook there at the website as well. And you can subscribe. Just enter your email address and your name and get your copy of the ebook. Okay. And don't worry, I won't spam you or sell your information. I don't like spam. I probably won't email you very often. Any of you guys on my email list, how often do you get an email? Probably not very often. I do like alert you maybe like, hey, I have a new analysis, but you also want to check out our free masterclass right here 4 pillars to on-demand trading profits and financial freedom in 8 weeks or less, even if you've never traded before, right? Like I said, I've taught elementary kids and junior high kids and high school kids and retirees and housewives and dropouts, and it's, you know, a trend's a trend on any time frame, and I help struggling traders achieve higher results using short-term scalping, right? Without the buy and hold, right? If you can't buy and hold, don't know how to buy and hold, this will make you, if you are a buy and hold trader, well, Greg, I really like buy and hold. Don't worry. You know, you can apply, since prices are fractal, you can apply this to long-term swing. I just choose not to. I mean, I experiment. I have an experiment running right now. You want to see my experiment? This is my experiment with long-term trading. It's a paper trade account, and it is the Bitcoin. I shorted, again, it's a paper trading. It's a demo. 10, I traded 10 lots, right? At 40,144, I would take profit of 20,143. I moved my stop loss to break even, so I have a risk-free trade. I've been in this trade for a really long time, because we haven't been 40,000 a really long time, right? And I basically just used it. I go, let me apply this to, you know, let's go back to my days of trying swing trading in the brokerage on the desk. And I got going, yeah. With what I know now and going back in swing trading, I would, you know, kill it. We could kill swing trading, right? And the way a buddy of mine said, what you do is you find the pattern and find that entry zone, put like a wide stop, small lot size, and then change the password on the account and throw it away, and then come back in a month, right? Right, yeah. So that's what I basically did. I just did it in a paper account, and we got short BTC. Let's see if I can show my entry, BTC USD. And then when I posted the trade setup on this altcoin group, they were like yelling at me, "You don't know anything about charts, and you're just trying to FUD and try to get the market to draw up." I'm like, I don't have that much influence. I wish I did. I don't have an exaggerated view of myself where if I put a chart that said we're going down to, I think we're going to $1, you know, that's really made them upset, you know. But I go, oh, trend line break, Fibonacci expansion, and my target was right there, right? This is the fib. This is the fib expansion. I just took the fib expansion. I'm like, okay, I went there, like that, and then just moved like that. And my target was 1.618, 28,478. And look, boom, that was the low, like 28,516. So, like horseshoes to hand grenades, that's basically, you know, bottom pick, right? But I actually think this thing, you know, I mean, I have my projection targets go negative. I have projection targets down to like negative 10,897. I don't know how you could do that. But remember, we had oil that went negative too, right? We had some like really, really whack stuff, right? We had oil going contango or whatever, backwardation, where oil was costing more to store it than it was actually worth. And I'll show you, like, really, Greg? I don't believe you, man. You're full of crap, man. You're just always telling stories, Greg. I'm like, I'm gonna show you. Trust me. Don't trust me. Just look at my chart. Don't trust anything I say. Trust what I show you. Zero. That's zero. That is zero. Right? And I said, once we tag zero, I don't know how you buy. Can I buy some oil for zero, please? You want free oil? Yeah, give me the free oil. And I did a projection target. I took the swing low, the swing high, and then projected into the future, like that. And then 618 came at 61.88, which we hit. And then the next high was at 79.07, and we're at the high was 76.89. So we're like $3 and $2 and some cents off, right? Amazing, huh? Remarkable. Okay. Anyway, now the coffee's kicking in, but I'm going to sign off, guys. But again, it's so good to be with you. Sorry, we kind of like didn't crush the market today, but well, there's always another announcement. There's always another trade. Remember, there's always another tube leaving the station. And you guys, you have a great rest of the day. I'm trying to see if there's any other announcement coming up this week that's worth taking a look at. We've got the Aussie employment change later on tonight. Hey now, like Greg, you're not gonna learn your lesson. News burned you. Heck no, we're gonna get back in there, right? Aussie dollar is gonna be in play next, and then later on we'll have the British pound back on the stage as well. So depending on if I get some sleep, because I've been up kind of a bit, make sure you monitor the chat here at the Forex Cash Machine. Again, oh yeah, that's right. I want to invite you guys too. If you're watching on YouTube or any of the other channels, make sure you come over to the Forex Cash Machine. And Forex Cash Machine. Hello. Yeah, right here. Right. Come over here, Forex Cash Machine. You can even type a URL. It's THE theforexcashmachine.com, and that will take you right to the Facebook group. Okay, so that's gonna be it for me. Peace and pips. I know this went a little long, and again, let's take a look at one last look at the charts and dollar CAD, and back to our 5-minute chart, and yeah, we're just hanging out there. Possible flag, possible topping pattern, but we'll let you know in the chat room or in the Facebook group what actually happened. All right. Thanks a lot. Peace and pips. Cheers. Bye.